think about myself right now. Stay out all night because I want to. Wake up in the morning and I'm hollowed out. I drew the outline on the paper, now I'm running out of space. Family at the dinner table, but I don't have a place. Where will we go? Why am I afraid to be alone? Sinking petals, looking for the bottom. Where will we go? Cried on the phone again, I'm sorry. You don't need to think about me breaking down. Looking for guidance, but there's no advice to give. 'Cause I'm the only one who can figure it out. Where will we go? Why am I afraid to be alone? Sinking petals, looking for the bottom. Where will we go?
If I can, if I could build you up, don't bring me down, bring me down. If I fall, then would you lift me up?
SoundCloud.
Hello, I'm getting it right now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
What's up? Happy Monday, y'all.
How we doing, folks?
Who's this?
Hi.
We go 9 episodes with no guests, and then we have 2 in a row.
Yeah. Just happened to be
So-
in town.
We got Steve Novak here for you guys this week. He is our commander specialist.
I wouldn't say that.
He is.
But-
Shut your mouth.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Let me give the intro.
Yes, sir.
So Steve is our commander specialist, and if you tell lies and you say it,
If
like
you're confident about the
confident
lie.
lies, yeah, then it's truth.
Understood. Roger
Okay.
that. Well, then, yes, I am.
So Steve, our commander specialist this week, he's gonna go through some of the new commander stuff, the new 2019
Commander Precons.
Commander
Yep.
Precons.
New
And,
cards and some
yeah,
reprints.
we're going to touch on some of that, and then these guys will probably touch on me. But yeah, we're going to do our usual.
Only if it's consensual.
Yes, we'll go through our usual. We'll talk about finance. We'll talk about how some of the reprints are going to impact the financial world of the commander cards, which there's a couple in there, and
Absolutely.
it'll do a little. It won't be much, but it's going to change a few things.
Couple
and
of things.
Yes.
Richie also is going to be going to Richmond this coming weekend, so we're going to talk about that and his deck choices and his teammates' deck choices because it's team. And I got Vegas coming up, so I know you don't be too
Viva.
jelly, you guys.
Viva
I know you're.
Las
Listen, I know
Vegas.
you're hate liking me right now.
It's always a good time. I mean, it's always a good time while you're there.
Yes.
And then when you get home, it's not a good time.
I'm spending 2 extra days in Vegas
Oh, boy.
just for the sightseeing. I'm gonna go.
Mm,
I'm
yes.
gonna go see the mountaintops,
Yeah, the peaks.
the peaks.
Oh, understood.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna do that.
The Peaks or the Twin Peaks?
I don't know. Probably
Well-
Twin Peaks.
Yeah. You may need to...
They might go hand in hand.
Yes.
Yes.
So, for those of you watching in future on YouTube, hello. Give us a follow. Also, for those of you watching now, 0 viewers. We had one, but we lost them.
They seen Steve and they're like, oh.
Oh, man, this bald white guy. Oh, no.
Holy shit. But yeah, for those of you listening on SoundCloud, thanks for coming back this week. Steve said he's listened to every one of our episodes.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Except for 10.
Well,
He hasn't got to 10 yet.
Yeah, it just got put on the YouTubes.
Yes,
I don't
so-
have SoundCloud because
He's 1,000 years old.
I sure act like it, but
But
whatever.
yeah. So, happy to have you, bub. Thank you for stopping
Yeah,
by.
Thanks, guys.
It
And
was a pleasant
Appreciate-
surprise.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
now, this is really funny. Steve, I said to Richie before we did the podcast, I said, Richie, our fun fact, most people are going to know our fun fact. And Steve, actually our guest, was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that.
I was ignorant of the fact. I
Yeah.
was.
Yep. A little slow, right?
Well,
A little slow.
Okay, Richie, hit us with our fun fact for the week.
You set me up.
bam! So, our
He
fun
bammed
fact
it. He bammed it.
is about Golgari Grave Troll. And the fun fact is that it has the most broken mechanic ever printed on it, right?
You
I
get to
don't
move
think
counter
so.
those, right?
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Yeah,
Just comes into play with counters on it,
yeah.
Dredge 6.
right? That's okay. Oh, dredge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
I don't think this is. I am actually being honest. Is it Dredge 6? Yeah,
It's
right.
Dredge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the highest dredge in
Highest
Magic.
Dredge. Okay, and Phantasmagorian is Dredge 5?
Phantasmagorian?
Yeah, Phantasmagorian. The one
That
that's
card
in...
doesn't have Dredge.
It doesn't?
No.
Why did I play against it in Dredge? What does it do?
It lets you discard cards.
Oh, okay.
That
Richie,
also
finish,
It's in
seems-
Oops
I'm
All.
sorry.
It's in Manaless Dredge.
finish your fun fact.
But yeah, so that's obviously not the actual fun fact. I just had to play around with Josh and Steve a little bit. But the fun fact about Grave Troll is it's the only card ever to get put on a ban list, taken off a ban list, just to get put back onto the ban list.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, it was really funny. I remember when this card got unbanned at first, it did nothing.
Nothing.
Like, there were some people playing like a weird, like, Unburial Rites Reanimator deck with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it didn't really do anything, and then
I
when Shadows over Innistrad came out,
Yep, that's when they
Yeah.
fucking broke it again.
they printed a little card known as Prized Amalgam.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, putting cards in your graveyard got real good again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I came back. I play Modern every once in a while, and I play Affinity. And I believe I came back at that time to play Modern again. And I remember going up, let's go, Dredge. I know how to play this matchup. I think I was died on two or three. I think it was three,
You
both
probably died on
games.
3.
And I was like, wow, that's not what I remember.
You're probably basically dead on two, but
Pretty much, yeah. I don't think I was going to kill them with my little ornithopters. So, but I'm glad it's gone again.
yeah.
Me too.
I think Dredge is still very good even without this card.
Oh yeah.
So I think them banning it and
Yeah.
you know,
Sticker Supplier still helped.
putting the deck
right?
down a little bit. Yeah, Supplier helped and Creeping Chill, Cathartic Reunion.
Creeping Chill, yeah.
Yeah, Dredge is really hot right now. It's to be honest, it's still fine in Legacy. Like, I can't beat it in Legacy, but I mean that's just
And they
because
get
of
to
the
play
deck.
Grave Troll.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's because of my deck. I play Burn in Legacy, so
Mm-hmm.
I literally have 0 interaction. I cannot kill them fast enough, and my bodies can't get through, like my Swift Spear, my Goblin Guides, and so I just die.
Just lose to the zombies from Bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, they just put a bunch of zombies. It's kind of like when somebody will put when they storm off at me and put all the Goblin tokens down. I'm just like, I can't beat
there's
that.
nothing you can do.
No, can't beat that. All right, Richie. So you know what time it is.
What time is it?
momsracinggames.tcgplayerpro.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what we always do here is we're gonna check and see if we have any in stock. This is my new favorite game,
You gotta click it first, Josh.
Golgari.
Oh man. Oh.
Grave. There we go. All right, let's see.
We do.
have. Oh wow.
Let's see how many we have. We have a bunch of different sets.
Oh wow, we have a bunch in stock.
We have one of
Okay.
the new art,
All right.
which
Alternate
is the worst
Masters.
art.
That is the worst art.
Yeah.
Of
This
the
is-
ones from Ravnica, we have a playset,
Oof.
a playset of lightly played and one heavily played.
Ooh yeah.
Get your heavily played-
heavily played
Man.
Golgari Grave
Yeah, I
Troll.
want that dog toy grave troll. I love
And then
that.
from the dual deck,
Watch, we have like 57 of them in stock or something like that.
we have one.
Okay, well,
Eins.
So we have 7 Grave Trolls total.
I think Giant Growth was the highest. Didn't we have a ton of?
We had a
Giant
lot
Growths
of
in stock?
Giant Growth.
Oh.
Yeah, that's funny.
I feel like the most we have is Zendikar lands, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the full arts?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So for those of you that ever need singles, you guys can always go on to momsbasementgames.tcgplayer.
.tcgplayerpro.com.
You never let me finish it anymore.
I'll never let you finish.
All right, Richie. So tell them who's on top.
Yeah, so
Speaking
I'm
of
on
finishing.
top. No, GP Minneapolis was this weekend, and Justin Plotcher was on top, actually.
Mr. Placha.
Yeah, he took down Jonathan Corzo in the finals. The only really notable name that I noticed in this top 8 was actually Ryan Overturf.
You gonna tell them what format it was?
It was modern.
Modern. Yep.
Modern.
Yeah. So modern this weekend, Minneapolis was dictated by none other than the Gagster again. Hogak.
He's back.
He's not back. He's just staying. So
Hopefully not for long.
yep. So we have what was it? It was 7 copies in the top 16.
16. 5 in the top 8.
Yes, 5.
And 2 in the finals.
Yeah, so 5 copies. That is the most important part, right? Is not only is there 7 copies in the top 16, there was 5 copies in the top 8. So those are the numbers that you want to really look at the hardest, because that whole cream rises to the top.
Yep.
Hogak was absolutely crushing this event also, and you start to see also in the top 16 if you look at the results. It's a lot of decks that are just racing, like Mono Red Prowess.
Yeah, Ryan's been on this deck for a while. I actually took one of his
Overturf.
early lists and was playing it for a while. And I think this deck's very good.
Yeah, the deck's really good. The only thing is that we're seeing this skew of the meta because of Hogak still, and we have to talk about him every week, and it's just like I told Richie earlier. I want to try my best not to just hit you guys every week with Hogak content, because it will soon not be in our mouths anymore. But cheers to Hogak.
I think it's
We have to drink. I've only said it like 5 times.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's important that we
Cheers to Gak.
Cheers to
talk
him
about it
being
until
gone soon.
Wizards knows that.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Oh yeah.
They'll hopefully learn their mistakes.
They
one
will.
day.
So a
Well-
lot of the decks that you're seeing in the top 8, and Humans has a pretty good matchup against it. Tron also has a semi-good matchup against
Hardened
it.
Scales has an
Hardened
alright
Scales,
matchup
so-
against it.
And now, when you say alright matchup, Richie, it's because these decks are able to win the game ones, right? And this is the only reason that you're seeing what decks you're seeing in the top 8 are because they can get that game 1 against Hogak.
Yeah.
Now, when you're post board, when you're in games 2 and 3, you've probably already lost game 1 because Hogak is so oppressive. Game 1, it's killing everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, the only decks that have a good game 1 against it are those decks that are going to be in the top 16 right now, and that's really sad to say, but that is absolutely what's happening.
You just got to race the fastest deck in the format, right?
And the sad thing, like the one awkward thing about Hardened Scales in general is it's actually awkward because it's the only deck that has a good game 1 but actually gets a worse matchup going into sideboard against Hogak.
Mhm.
Because
So-
like they have all this artifact and enchantment hate in their sideboard for being able to destroy hate cards.
Yeah, they have.
Well, it's just ironically good against affinity decks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nature's Claim and Fatal Pushes and like those.
Force
are just,
of Vigors,
Yeah, that just
Assassin's
blows.
Trophies.
Correct me if I'm
yeah.
wrong, because I'm more familiar with the traditional affinity, but the Hardened Scales affinity is traditionally model green, correct?
Yes.
And besides their opals.
Yeah,
so
they might play like a Dismember or two somewhere in the
so
75.
that really limits their
yeah, 3
sideboard
Dismembers in the
options.
sideboard.
Which member do they play?
Dismember?
Dismember?
Mm.
You both had to say it. You couldn't
Oh.
stop yourselves.
No, I can't. No, absolutely not. But I mean, I by all means, I truly enjoy the Hardened Scales deck. I'm glad it still brings affinity to people's mouths.
Yes, and
it's-
like that.
it's
If
just-
you want to be competitive with affinity, like you got to play Hardened Scales. It's just the
Well,
better. It's the
Hot
better
take, I
list.
think traditional affinity is actually better.
I mean,
Wow, you both were like you both head tilted me. Go on, I'm listening.
go ahead, Richie. You play more
So my biggest thing is, I think Hardened Scales is better when you want to grind. Like, sure, it has a more explosive. It can have more explosive draws
Mhm.
when it does draw Hardened Scales, but I think traditional affinity will typically be the more explosive and faster out of the gate deck.
Yes.
So I actually prefer traditional affinity right now.
Okay.
But if you see like the Juns or the blue white controls
Yeah.
or anything like that start picking up,
John
that's
is picking
actually
up.
that's when I think Hardened Scales is really good.
I've had 3 people. Sorry, Steve. I've had 3 people in the past 4 days ask me for Ren and 6.
I actually need Ren and 6 too.
That's 4 people.
Mine is for Legacy though.
Okay, that's 4 people that
I'm-
need Ren and 6, and so that deck is picking up because of the Ren and 6 that's going on in Legacy, and people are seeing how actually strong that card is, and so they're like, oh my god, this has got to help Jund out in Modern, and so they're starting to test Ren and 6, and they're starting to see like it's making a believer out of everybody, and so that's why the deck's picking up.
And I actually haven't played the new Run and 6 Jund yet.
Okay.
With traditional affinity, I feel like that card really blows me out.
Oh yeah.
I don't anything that can continuously ping for 1
So
is just
The-
I can't beat Walking Ballista. So
yeah, no, you definitely can't. So this is going to be the first time I've ever said this. Hot take. I've never said this before because I hear you guys say it all the time, you and Aaron. Steve, actually, he
This
is
Steve?
known. Yes, this Steve Novak.
okay.
He is known as Affinity Steve in our local area, and if
That's
anybody,
what I know him as.
Yes, and if anybody ever has a question, he's not only EDH Steve in my phone. Still, if he were to call me right now, it says EDH Steve. I never changed it.
We have
Because, like,
Affinity Steve, Scape Shift Steve, and then the
well,
other
who cares
Steve.
about those? That Steve. That
Okay.
Steve is no longer around anymore.
Yeah,
But
he
so
doesn't
he's known.
exist.
He's known. I'm just like the guy that plays Burn. He's known as EDH Steve and Affinity Steve. So when we talk about Affinity, I always say, hey, ask my friend Steve. He knows about it. He can let you know like what's good, what cards are being used, because you just play the deck all the time. How long have you been playing the deck for?
Well, when did Modern become a format? 2011, 2012.
I played when Modern got started.
I did. I think
I think it was around that. Yeah.
I think I had Affinity built in 2013 is when I got it, and I think 15 I got it foiled out. So it's
Yeah.
my baby.
It
It's
is.
definitely my baby.
Do you have everything foiled now? I remembered you were missing some stuff for a while.
The only things I don't have foiled, I have my full art Mem Knights. That I like the full
Yeah,
art
the
Mem
full.
Knights.
I mean, that's basically foil.
You got them signed though, didn't you, by RK?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And then I have my mountain is actually not foil, but is Arabian Nights.
You fancy dog.
I mean,
You got to step up to Josh's level.
I
Get the gurus.
yeah, I talked to my wife the other night, and I was like, someone on Facebook posted a set of Guru Islands, and I was like, one day I want one of these, and she looked at the price and wanted to hit me.
Yeah.
So
She's like, hell no, you ain't getting one of those
See,
islands.
Josh just doesn't tell his wife.
well, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
But she still hits him, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
We're not promoting family violence here.
Oh no,
but,
he enjoys it. It's,
Oh, okay.
I've seen it. It's
As
okay.
long as it's for pleasure.
yeah, it's well, kind of hers.
See,
Well,
see, Richie, that wasn't even that bad. We only talked about Hogak for like 30 seconds. Oh, shit, I gotta drink again.
Oh,
Cheers,
yeah,
Hogak.
cheers, Hogak.
God damn it, cheers, Richie.
Oh, there we go.
All right, you guys. So moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We're
up.
gonna let you, as always, we let you guys know what events are gonna be coming up in the near future.
For any of
and
you
that is-
UKers out there,
Yeah.
we got MagicFest Birmingham
Yep.
coming up.
and the
Birmingham.
United Kingdom.
The United
It's
Kingdom.
it's format Hogak.
It is. It's definitely format Hogak. So if you guys are gonna be there, please do yourself a favor and play one of those decks that has a good game one against Hogak.
Or just play Hogak.
Or just run 4 Lane Line of the Void main. Can you do that? Is that wrong?
You can't do that.
Yeah, it depends on the deck.
Yeah, I guess if you're
I mean,
I don't
if you
know.
play 8 rack,
yeah, you could. If you play 8-rack, you definitely
Right,
could. play
I
that.
know.
I could see it in Mill.
Yeah, Mill would be
Mill
fun,
normally
too.
plays like those
Oh,
surgical
yeah.
extraction effects
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And August 22nd, if you guys are going to be out in Las Vegas, Nevada, hit me up and we could go see the peaks together if you guys are interested.
Yes.
I will be there. I'm in Chicago this coming week to go to Pastimes Games, which is a pretty good store.
Out in Chicago,
out
right?
in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Chi-Town.
Yeah, so
Chi-town.
I'll be there for a few days, and then we're gonna fly out from Chicago to Las Vegas, and
You're gonna have a German with you, right?
I will. I'll have Das German Man with me.
Das German, yes.
And we'll be doing some trades and all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be a really good time. So we'll be in Vegas for 6 days. We're staying at the Aria.
I would say you're
Oh.
not staying at the Flamingo like we said last week.
Yes,
Oh,
we were
yeah.
gonna stay at the Flamingo.
Nice hotel. I like the Flamingo.
No, it's actually a shithole.
What?
Have you stayed there?
No, I haven't. I walked through it the last time we were there.
Well, the rooms are. So I was
Really?
looking at. So listen, I was looking up like the rooms and all the reviews.
It's one of the oldest ones in
Yeah.
New Vegas, right?
Basically, yeah. And
Okay.
people were actually taking pictures of the seats in their room that had white stains.
Oh.
For you SoundClouders, my air quotes are going off right
Understood. Yes, yes,
but-
yes.
now. So there was white stains all over the place, and I wouldn't want to take a black light to that place, but I'm sure it wouldn't be good. They
I
said-
wouldn't take a black light to any room. in
even
any...
even at the Aria.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially.
They said
yeah.
that there was graffiti like inside of the elevators, and like all the hallways were really super dirty. I don't know. It was really bad. So I was like, all right.
Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna see if I can use my comps, and so I used my MGM comps and got us a room at the Aria.
Very nice
for
hotel.
$100 less than what it was going to cost us to stay at the Jizz Palace.
Mm.
So yeah,
That's right. That's right. Okay.
pretty excited.
Yeah.
Not
Now,
bad.
yeah. Have you been to Vegas?
I haven't been since I've turned 21.
Understood. Okay.
I went like right when I graduated high school. I had some family down in California, and my mom, stepdad, and we flew into Vegas, spent the night there,
Okay.
and then we rented a car and drove down to California.
Understood.
And,
so not really the Vegas
Yeah.
experience. Okay.
Well, I mean, I got to walk around the strip,
Yeah,
and
it's cool. It's just,
Yeah,
well,
it's
I'm
cool.
sorry.
I wanna-
It's hot. It's always hot. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what time of year you are there. It's hot.
I heard your balls sweat. I remember that.
Like, yeah. I think the last time we were there
Mhm.
was 2 years ago.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah,
We
2
went
years
for-
ago.
We went for the triple GP.
Yeah, and that was
That was amazing.
it was amazing. But I believe they had record highs. I think one day
They
it was like
did. It was like
122.
Yeah, it was like
It was.
Afghan weather.
Hell
It was, yeah,
no,
it was-
No, no,
It was
no.
nuts. I mean, like every day in the newscast, we get in the Uber to go to the event, and it was like 6 bums died today, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So again, Steve and I we've both been to the desert on deployments,
Yeah.
and so
yeah.
when we would get out of our Ubers, they had Ubers then. Yeah, they had Ubers then. That was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's all you got there.
Yeah, and so we got out of our Uber and we were just like, oh god,
Oh man.
oh god, it's
Did you
Afghan.
guys have flashbacks?
Yeah,
Ugh,
well,
man.
I was in Iraq. I was outside of Iraq. He was.
Yeah, I
he
was
out,
in
Yeah, he was
Afghanistan.
in Afghanistan in the sand.
Yeah.
But see, I was on a ship because I was a seaman.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking
Jokes. Go ahead, jokes. I'm listening.
No, you're
No, I'm good. Oh, thanks,
You're
guys.
fine.
All
You're,
right, Richie,
you're too
move
much
us
of a
along
soft
here.
target there.
All right.
Hit us up. I'm a soft target.
That's what they called him in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Mm.
So we are still going to give you guys what events are coming up. And so if you want to go to an SCG,
And maybe meet me.
yes, and
This
go
guy.
see Richie. And maybe maybe you're playing Team Constructed this weekend.
I will be.
Richie, you told me you were on Legacy. No,
No.
you told me on Standard.
I'm on Standard.
Okay.
And
Fucking
so
love that format.
yeah,
Still
so
playing Scape Shift?
Oh yeah, Dex
yeah.
busted.
So
Cool.
tell us what your team is going to be playing this weekend in Richmond.
Yeah, so we don't have all the details hashed out, but the couple decks we're between. I'm going to be playing Standard. I'm 90% sure I'm playing Scape Shift, but I want to test out the Vampires deck a little bit,
Oh.
because that's like the other deck that's been performing really well.
Okay.
Yep, we talked about this probably the last 3 weeks, right? On the podcast, we've talked about Jund Dinosaurs,
Yep.
Orzhov Vampires.
Yep.
Scape Shift is the number one because LSV took that to the Pro Tour.
Oh.
Look at me knowing See, I told you.
I'm
Just
going
a
to get
few-
you up.
Just a few episodes.
I'm never going to give you up.
I'm
Never going to let you
Oh,
down.
guys, we're gonna
Never
get flagged. We're gonna get flagged.
Oh,
What if we
yeah.
get dabbed?
So, I'm gonna know about Standard probably in the next. I actually already do know
In-
about Standard.
You know about Standard? In a month, we're going to have rotation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
fine.
right.
That's fine.
Well, what's the new set?
Throne of Elderheim?
Oh man,
I don't
did
actually
we
know how to
forget the
pronounce
new
it.
set?
I don't remember how to pronounce it. It's like Eldrine or Elderheim.
Eldraine.
Eldraine.
Eldraine. There we go.
Throne of Eldraine.
Because Keldheim was the speculated one.
Yes.
Keldheim
What's
was
Keldheim?
that was something.
It's like a Viking plane,
a
right?
few years, or was it a year ago ish?
It was about a year ago.
They
They
something
trademarked
got-
the name Keldheim.
Yeah, and it got leaked, and everyone was predicting that it was going to be Keldheim, and then it was Throne of Eldraine. That I'm excited for. I mean,
So that's future Magic. That's gonna be probably
potentially,
a
it could be.
couple sets
Yeah,
away.
it could be the new set. I mean, we don't have
Couple
blocks
years.
anymore, so I can't say block, but
Well, and then Wizards or Rosewater did confirm that we're only going to be on Eldraine for one set.
one set.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Hey,
not going to be like Ravnica where we
Hey.
were on it for like 3.
if we don't have a Jace Planeswalker in Eldraine, I will be happy.
I don't think we're going to. I don't think we will see any of the Gatewatch
Oh, thank
for probably
God.
like this and the next set.
Hey, you know what?
I think we're probably
You
going to
know
get
who-
like 2 sets with
You know who we never have to see again?
Gideon.
Gideon. Oh, I hated that guy.
Rest in peace, Gideon.
Yeah, man.
I love Gideon.
He was your typical White Knight character.
It was too much. I was done with him.
Gideon Jura is like my favorite Planeswalker. So
That's
okay.
that's cool. Yeah. I
I-
remember
I-
when you used to kill me with him. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I liked equipping. So
if
in
you like
Modern,
Gideon so much,
for-
maybe
when-
you could build a Oathbreaker deck with Gideon.
There we go. Yeah.
Let me tell my favorite
Okay, go
story
ahead,
before
go
you
ahead,
guys
go
get into Oathbreaker, you son of a bitch. So, right when Modern started, it was the Wild West, right? You could do anything you wanted to.
Yes.
So I would activate my Gideon Jura, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then I would then I would equip my Gideon Jura to my Batterskull, and then I would plus my Elspeth. Then I would attack with my Gideon Jura.
See, you are saying this, and this is when we met each other, because this is when I got into Modern. And I was
Yeah.
playing you and your fucked up prison control mono white control decks,
Yes.
and you were like, "Oh man, I'm gonna play what's one of the enchantments that
Ghostly Prison?
Yes, like you were playing Ghostly Prisons.
I would never sleeve a deck up without Ghostly Prison. I
It
just
was
couldn't stop myself.
absurd, and I was like, "This guy's a fucking asshole."
Yeah, because everybody always plays aggro, right? And it was Modern.
Mhm.
There was
Yeah.
really no Storm really at the time. I mean,
No,
because
no.
you didn't have.
It was like Jund and Grixis.
Yeah, it was all these like
Um,
really slow, turdy, control-y decks.
Yeah, and then like Affinity Zoo, like original Zoo, and Burn.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah, and
This
so
is
like,
before Monastery Mentor, or not Mentor.
Swiftspear.
Swiftspear was
Yeah,
around.
So Mono White was the shit because you just played a bunch of planes and then you played that Ameria land. And
Yeah.
then you would just recycle Baneslayer. Yeah, I was a real piece of shit when Modern first started. I won a lot of tournaments with that deck.
So it was like
You did?
Martyr Proc, but bad.
It was a bad Martyr Proc
Yeah.
deck.
But you just didn't have the card pull back then. This is when the stones of Modern were still pretty soft.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So before they.
All right, so now you can get into Oathbreaker. Go on. We're all listening.
Yeah, so
Give it to us.
Oathbreaker's sweet. You guys should give it a try.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I'll jump in here.
Yeah, you've actually played it.
Yeah, I have a group of buddies that I play Commander with usually, and one day we're just like, hey, we're gonna build some Oathbreaker decks, and we threw a bunch of them together. I actually had one buddy who threw one together in about 20 minutes, and it is a incredible format. If you are on the competitive side of Commander, if you enjoy modern legacy gameplay, but with a multiplayer spin on it, I think Oathbreaker is something to try out. Even if you just proxy it, just print out a deck and see if you like it or not before you invest the money.
Was I on the wrong screen?
No.
But I think that it's a format that has a future, unlike Tiny Leaders. Oh God.
Well, there was a bunch of others. Don't forget the others that didn't have a future.
Frontier was great, but then they fucking trademarked that format.
Yeah, Frontier is I never got into that.
That format was great.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I never played.
I played Jeskai Insol Artifact. So I'd go like Darksteel Citadel, Insol my Darksteel, or Insol my Ornithopter.
Okay.
Or, Thraben Inspector.
Yeah.
I'd make a clue, then I'd Insol a clue and attack for 6 on turn 2.
That seems good. That
Yeah.
seems good. That seems
It
good.
was sweet.
I think Oathbreaker has a future.
So, okay, now, to be honest,
Yes, sir.
I don't really know what the fuck Oathbreaker is, and I guess we're talking about it this week.
Oh, so
Because it is, so it lived. This is what I know about it. It lived, and then it died, and now Wizards is supporting it again.
No,
Or they're
that
supporting it, right?
you're
Or am
thinking
I
of Brawl.
Brawl.
I'm thinking of Brawl.
Brawl's garbage.
Yeah.
To me.
But that's
To me.
okay.
To me. I don't. If anyone wants to play any kind of Magic, play Magic.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But-
if you love Brawl, you play the shit out of Brawl.
If
Okay,
you
so
love Canadian Highlander,
Yeah.
you play Canadian
I played
Highlander.
that. That's a pretty cool
Steve
format.
actually,
that?
he was trying to tell me you should get into this, and I'm like,
No one here plays Canadian
Mhm.
Yeah,
Highlander.
and
so.
I always try to tell Steve he'll again he wants to play all formats, he wants to play all Magic,
I try.
but I don't have the time.
No, you
because
don't,
of the
no.
business.
No.
I don't have the time. The extra time that I would be able to sit and play Magic and all these formats, I have to put back into the business. So I wish I could, but
Yeah.
One day, Josh.
One day.
yeah, one day I'll be able to smoke my cigar with you and play Brawl.
No. Oathbreaker.
What
I'm not playing Brawl.
Have you played Brawl?
I've not. Well, I don't buy standard cards, man. I'm sorry. I
But
don't.
Wizard supports it again.
That's fine and dandy, and I don't buy. I don't.
All right, tell us about Oathbreaker.
Okay, so Oathbreaker is
How does it work?
Oathbreaker is a singleton format.
Much like Commander.
Much like Commander, and it has it is a non-rotating format, unlike Brawl.
Yes, so that's probably why it lives.
Correct. It has a lot of good attributes. It doesn't rotate. It has it copies the ban list of Commander, except it has a few add-ons and a few takeoffs, such as you can't play Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, or Mana Vault, but you can play Caracas.
I was gonna say I think Caracas is taken off
Because
right?
you don't have a legendary creature, you have a planeswalker.
Okay, so,
and so that-
you're not allowed to use a legendary creature as your commander.
Correct. So you
Correct.
have to have a planeswalker as your commander, your Oathbreaker, and a legendary spell or your signature spell.
Mhm.
Your signature spell goes in the command zone with your Oathbreaker, your commander planeswalker, and they stick out there. Now the big difference between commander and Oathbreaker is it's a 60 card deck.
It's also 20 life instead of 40.
Very, very important there. The first time I played it, I'm used to having commander games. I guess my play group and I are a little competitive.
Doubt it. Give me a Brawl deck. Fucking smash you guys.
Okay, understood. So we're used to having medium games of Commander, somewhere between, like 20 minutes to an hour. That I think is fine for Commander. I'm a little bit of a spike there. But Brawl games, I think the first one we played was about 20 minutes. And I don't think they ever got past an hour. The life total gives a really nice check
Yeah, it does.
to that format. So you get this feel of a more competitive. And also because the 20 life and the lower card number, you get a faster feel.
I think what they did is they aimed it to narrow Commander into.
Correct. No, I'm not taking away. I've talked to a few guys at our local game store, Pandemonium, about it. and they say it can get very degenerate very fast.
Yeah.
Because you get to see more cards more often than in Commander.
Yeah, you don't have to. You get to see most of the cards that you're looking for.
Correct, because you only have a 58 card deck.
Yep.
When you sit down to play, there's only 58 cards there. So, but I feel that it's a lot of fun. You can play a lot of archetypes that you can't play
Yeah,
in Commander. Like
Yeah.
you can play Burn, like, or Mono Red. Mono Red is decent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
Well, I mean, so okay, this is one thing that I've learned too about Commander is that with all the new Chandras, you can actually play a Chandra, like a full Chandra
Yeah.
deck, and it's actually kind of legitimate.
I have a Mono Red Dragon deck that I built as a meme.
Yeah, just
more or
joking.
less,
Yeah.
and I cleared a pot of 5 on Saturday at my play group.
There you
Kind of like how your Dinos deck started.
Oh God, that thing.
go. You're just gonna get a giggle out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I built it as just a joke because like everybody's like dinosaurs, that deck's gonna be awful. It's not even good enough, and I'm just like,
Welcome to Fast Mana.
Turn 3 Gish off, and people are like, that's not fair.
Turns out, like Soul Ring into Seething Song is pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
pretty
good.
pretty good stuff.
So, but yeah, if you're interested into a format, look up Oathbreaker. It's a lot of fun. I believe you can if you go on Scryfall. Scryfall has the format up, so you can go in and
Nice.
go to Scryfall and bring up.
So much like EDH Rec.
Oh yeah,
that's
and I believe
where you wanna get all
EDH
your-
Rec is going to do some content on Oathbreaker.
On Oathbreaker. Okay.
I don't know when that's happening. I heard about it from another channel. I believe that was a Command Zone. So.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
They're pretty cool. I enjoy them.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I actually I listened to this podcast with Jimmy Wong's brother in it actually,
Oh okay.
because they're actually like script writers. And
Oh,
so
yeah,
basically,
you told me about that.
Yep.
Basically, it's called Story Break for anyone out there. I highly recommend listening to it if you enjoy like really just listening to people talk about like how basically going through the process of like how you would like pitch a movie to someone, like going through like you have an
Okay.
idea, they go through having an idea and then they only give themselves an hour to do it, and they like come up with basically the first structure of a story.
Okay.
Like they have their 5-part acts, they'll have their characters. and-
Wow.
Everybody's got a podcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I believe that's the largest Commander podcast on YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Command Zone. They're good guys. So.
Cool.
And they're syndicated by Wizards, I believe now.
Yeah.
So. But yeah. So moving on. So that's what I have to say about Oathbreaker.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's
All
all
right,
I can say
let's talk about the new
that.
Commander stuff, the 2019 Commander
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
'cause,
cool.
I'm actually
New stuff.
I'm usually not excited for stuff like this, and I don't really think I am that excited about this. But
After
So-
last year and the utter disappointment of last year, the fact that
Last year was awful.
they raised the MSRP, they lowered the reprints, and the commanders were, to me, subpar.
okay,
I
what were the
honest-
good commanders that came out of last year?
I honestly don't know.
There
so
wasn't.
you can't
It was-
name one.
No.
I cannot name one off the top of my head.
They did the
I know.
Planeswalkers, and they were all like really subpar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So the cat guy, Lord Windgrace.
Oh yeah, Lord
Lord
Windgrace. is good.
Windgrace, I believe,
Hey,
is.
don't forget about that guy that's like $130 fucking dollars. The vampire guy.
That wasn't last year.
No, that was 2 years ago.
Oh, well, see, what the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what we mean. So I believe this year, number one, I would say the reprints this year are vastly improved.
Okay.
Knocked out of the park.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that there should be. I believe.
Fetch lands?
No, I won't go that far, but I believe there is cards that are played only in Commander, and I believe the professor did a video about this, and I agree with his list, but there's other things to me as a Spike.
He does some weird stuff.
Yeah, that I well, he had some valid points.
He's pretty casual.
He is, but I would say like why can't they? What's that? The one in the green, search for a forest from Portal 3 Kingdom.
Nature's Lore.
Nope.
Nope, it's the other one.
God.
3
damn.
visitors.
Yeah. No, 3 visits.
Thank you. 3 visits. So that is a card that it's not on the reserve list. It's been printed once, and it's what, $120 now?
Is it?
Yeah, I might be wrong. I
Sure,
might be
whatever.
wrong.
I mean,
It
your number is.
It is an outrageous
doesn't
number
matter.
for a card that is a duplicate of a card that is
Rampant
10
growth.
cents.
Yeah, rampant growth.
Oh no,
no.
Nature's
Or
Lore.
Nature's Lore, excuse me. No, Nature's Lores are dollars.
Okay.
They're always dollars.
They're a
But yeah,
dollar.
I know what
So
you're
I
saying.
feel that Commander
3 visits is $80.
I was wrong. Okay, but still $80.
$80
It's
is-
insane. I feel that there's a lot of cards like that could go in a Commander set, and I understand that might upset the value of a certain one. Blah 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 blah.
This is a fucking children's card game.
Correct.
Like,
Played by adults.
Played by adults.
I don't give a fuck who it's played by.
I actually said that to.
Getting framed here, bud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually said that. I'm talking to you guys, but yeah. I said that to a lady
see
that
your
was
pretty
walking through. She had a garbage can on wheels, and she was cleaning up one of the events that I was at, and she stopped and she looked at me. I was like, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing?" And she's like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "What are you guys doing?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, let me explain this to you." And this is like my breakdown. I said, we're playing chess, and we're playing the Pokemons. I always say the Pokemons. I don't even say Pokemon. I said
Pokemons?
We're playing
The
the Pokemons
Pokemons.
because that's what like adults call it. What are you guys
Pokemons.
doing over there? Playing the Pokemons? And so I say it's chess.
Is that what Terrence says?
Terrence does say that. So I say we're playing chess and we're playing the Pokemons, and we're just old people playing a young kid's game.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Because-
And it just drives it home right there,
Yep.
and they get it absolutely. Whereas other people are like, well, it's Magic the Gathering, and it's a card game that is very in depth, and they start going into it. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's just chess and Pokemon.
Because
I normally describe it as like chess and poker.
Yeah, but you got to give a flair of a kid's game to it, so that they can kind of be like, oh, okay, so you guys just all live in your mom's basement. Oh, good. Okay, well, moving on. You guys have a good day.
I always use the chess example too, but I just say it's a chessboard, but instead of your standard pieces, you have 18,000 to pick from,
Okay,
and that's
a good
all
one,
I
too.
say.
I always tell them, listen, I moved out of my mom's basement into my own basement.
Correct? Yeah, you bought this
It
basement.
took me a long time,
Yeah, I mean,
but I
whatever.
finally got here.
Okay,
So tell us about the new commanders.
These
This
commanders,
is what we.
yeah.
This is
So,
actually.
I have not talked to my my buddies or anyone at local game stores about too much about these. I know a lot of folks are excited about Girard, whatever this.
Which one?
The Naya guy.
Yeah.
That thing.
That's like almost a Jurid.
Jurid.
I don't
Sure,
know.
I'm dyslexic. so-
Conclave Exile.
Yeah.
So let me. He's Nyan too. For those of you on SoundCloud, when Conclave Exile enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 green Rhino creature token with Trample. Whenever he attacks, populate. So those are two pretty solid things right there.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're getting, for 5 mana, you're getting a 6 power and 9 toughness is kind of insane.
That's pretty good.
And then if you have any way to give him haste, then you're immediately putting another Rhino
Yeah,
tapped and
well,
attacking.
he's a 5-drop, but I mean, you're still in those.
And the
Naya
big
colors.
thing a lot of people were talking about with him is the fact that you don't have to necessarily take this in like a token approach.
No.
Like if you make one, he's really done with like Helm of the Host or
yeah. My one of my buddies in my group text, when he got spoiled, he said, I believe it was just slap a Helm of the Host on that thing, and we all
Go to
kind
town.
of giggled.
And
but
what's the other one? It gives him Myriad
oh boy, yeah. You're right. Yep.
because then you get all the Rhinos.
Because it
and
enters
you-
tapped and attacking, and then your triggers go on the stack.
And then you
stay
sack
fish
'em.
actions, sack it down to 1, then your Rhinos resolve.
Or if you play that thing that lets you keep more non-legendaries in play.
Yeah. That's one of the ley lines, right?
No, there's a ley line that makes everything legendary. This
Oh,
one's just
I'm-
an artifact from
I'm
like
thinking it,
Kamigawa, I
it
think.
removes the legendary
Mhm.
rule text.
But yeah, but like besides that, there's like a bunch of red things like Splinter Twin effects, except on like
yeah.
enchantments.
Yep.
Where you can like make a token of like a real creature, like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Blightsteel Colossus.
Yeah, I mean,
attack.
If
and
you throw him in a 5-color deck where you can make blue anything with blue, because you can make copies,
Mhm.
token copies of all sorts of creatures now. That's a
Exactly.
big thing they've done. if you can do that with him in blue, it's insane.
Mhm.
Because making token copies of your opponent's creatures is nutty.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I wanted to talk about is Elsha of the Infinite. Okay, so this thing's really cool. Actually, like until we started talking about it earlier before we came on, I didn't really think about how actually powerful this card is.
Oh man.
So it is a Jeskai and 2, and
Digin Monk.
did the Digin?
The Digin Monk.
It's a
Didgeridoo?
Yeah. So
No,
it's
not a.
it's a Jin
It's not a
monk.
Minotaur.
Not a Minotaur.
And it's a 3/3, and it's got prowess. So that is actually important here.
Ooh,
and
boy, it
usually that's not important. But it is. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. So it's Future Sight.
Well, better than Future Sight because it's not revealed.
Okay. So that's cool. Yeah, you're right. It's not revealed. So then it
It's
says,
like Experimental Frenzy.
yeah, and the next
But then it gets better.
line it says you may cast the top card of your library if it's a non-creature, non-land card, and you may cast it as though it had flash. So it also gives you the ability to have flash, which is very, very
Wait,
good.
like Flash or like Hussein Flash?
Using flash.
Hussein Flash?
Hussein Flash.
Okay.
So now this thing's a 3/3, which it doesn't really matter that it's 3/3.
No,
I mean,
it
it could be a 1/1 for crying out loud, right?
It could be a boat.
Yeah, it could be a
It
0.
could even be a boat.
It could be a
Could even be a
0/1.
boat.
0/1, yeah.
0/1 boat.
So the cool thing about this is that you're able to use Helm of Awakening, which
Time to get woke.
yeah, which you can use as a reducer to play your Sensei's Divining Top. So it's just like Future Sight, but with an upside. And not only does it have an upside of giving everything flash, it also gives you the ability to recast this thing and always have it on standby. So I think this card is going to be probably one of the most powerful commanders that come out of this set. That it's probably the sleeper one.
It's really insane.
You get to
Yeah.
thwomp someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chainer Nightmare Adept is the
Ooh,
other one that
ooh,
everybody's
I really
talking
like
about.
this one.
Cards are nuts.
So it's 1 red and a black and 2 colorless. It's a human minion, which is very cool.
God, of
And-
course, it's a human.
And even the artwork's really cool. There's snakes flying around, and this guy here is he's a furry. He's got a tail here, so that's pretty cool. They're
Well,
introducing
you guys know that Chainer's part of the story, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but they're introducing
back-
furries into MTG finally.
Oh,
so I'm really
boy.
excited.
I don't
Yep.
think that's
So,
a tail there, bud, but okay.
You're going to be my new host. We're firing Josh.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so let me read this off to you guys. It's a 3/2 for 4. Discard a card. You may cast a creature card from your graveyard this turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. So that's really cool. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste until your next turn. So again, like what you were talking about with making copies of things, that Splinter Twin effect, that's really going to, help with this strategy. So, what do you think about this guy, Steve?
I
You
think
think he's the best one so far, or no?
he's up there. I
Really good.
you know what? I mean, red is like the worst color in Commander, bar none.
Yeah, it is, but
it is. I mean, white is right next to it, but I think white has a little bit more.
I've never made a red-white commander deck, and I've made a lot. Of
Yeah,
commander
Boros is
decks.
horrible. It's the worst color combination.
They're
in
starting to
Commander.
give them like some unique things.
Yeah, but that
Like feather?
Okay, sure. I mean, it's cute, but
No,
I
it's
just.
good. It's pretty good in standard.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's tier. It's probably like tier
I don't
2
know
in
shit
standard.
about standard though. That's your domain. But Chainer. Chainer's insane. I think this card is just it's
So
great.
what are some of the things that you can do with this guy?
I mean, again, if you get this guy out on 2, that I think in Commander is super easy.
Yeah, it's viable.
Soul Ring.
Yeah, I mean, Soul Ring, Mana Vault,
Doesn't matter.
Man,
Yeah, whatever.
Mana Crypt, your Mox is whatever. You just pitching stuff away. It's all fun and dandy, but just the ability, and then along with the cards that are that everyone runs anyway, Vidalcan Orrery. It says once each turn, so you can do this on your opponent's turn. You can, if you have Vidalcan Orrery in play, it doesn't change the timing of the spell. So if you give your spells flash, you can discard a card on your opponent's turn in blocks, and if you have the mana, recast it. It's really, really gross.
Cool.
It has a lot of. I'm just glad that they're giving Rakdos, another commander.
Is there anything
that's
in
good.
Rakdos that like lets you draw cards when creatures enter the battlefield?
I don't think so, but I don't.
No, the only thing, like the
I
draw,
don't know.
The draw power in Rakdos is like
Necropotence.
Necropotence and then Phyrexian
Arena.
Phyrexian Arena.
And then
of
red
course,
gives you like instant
that
card draw.
Yeah, that card that we talked about earlier.
No, it's I don't
Commune
know.
with lava.
It's-
Yeah, Commune with Lava.
Sure,
Well,
I love
it's-
that card,
it is
but
card draw.
it is.
Well,
it
we
is.
need like in order for this commander to be really powerful. I think you do need like a recurring source of card advantage.
Yeah. I mean, and then if you, I mean, I play a little bit of competitive commander. I don't know if I'm really into the C80H, but I do play a little spikiness, and if you can, if you can afford your wheel fortunes and whatnot, that's always fun. But moving on here, one card I really want to point out here real
Let's
fast
talk about a different commander.
is, well, two of them actually, and they're both in Sultai. So this thing, and I'm not even going to try to say that name.
I'll say
Kadena?
Kadena? Okay.
Slinking Sorcerer.
There we go. So we finally have a morph commander that's good.
Okay, and this is why in a few minutes here, once we get into the finance portion of the podcast, you'll understand why the card that's spiking is up so high.
Yeah.
And
So
this thing is a Naga Wizard, and it's a Sultai +1, and it's a 3/3. And it says the first face-down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast.
So it's free.
yes.
Yes, so it's free. Whenever a face-down creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So it's a draw engine. So this
Another commander that gets really dumb with Vidalcan Ori.
Yeah,
or ley line of anticipation.
it's just dumb. I mean, I love that they finally gave morph, and I think it's in the right colors.
So let's also talk about this portion too. Is that it not only is in it's got green, it's got blue, it's got black, it's in the Sultai, right? And the only Sultai commander that's I would say is good, and it's personal opinion, is Damia.
Damia Sage of Stone.
Tasker's really good.
Tasker's good
Tasker's
too,
good.
but he's not amazing. But you got to also remember that the best Sultai commander that was ever printed is now banned in Commander.
Oh.
Not Hogak. He's missing the blue. Nope. Is
Leovold.
Leovold. I forgot the name, so that's why I said
I filled it.
Yes,
It's
so
okay.
yeah,
Leovold's broken.
Leovold is the best commander ever printed, and then in Sultai, which you could probably put him on one of the best commanders ever printed, I guess, right? Because
yeah, he
I mean,
fundamentally breaks a multiplayer game.
yes, and just by having him as your commander, and they couldn't even allow him to just be in the deck.
No,
because he was so
is.
ignorant.
Well, I mean, and the fact that he's green lets you tutor him into play from so like green.
I think
sun.
they got rid of that rule or like that banning. Where,
Yes,
like, you
correct.
Can only have it in your deck.
Yeah,
I think they got rid of that, and now it's just like
when they
things
ban a
can
card,
only-
it is banned.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I remember when Rafellos got banned as the commander.
Yeah, and you could still play.
You could still play it in your
and,
main.
Yeah, now
in
it's
your
just
main board.
banned.
Yeah, it's
Poor
just like,
fellows.
yeah.
One other thing here, Volrath.
The Shape Stealer is
yeah.
the other Sultai commander.
This thing is just cool to me. I
know you find it cool. I'm not sold on this guy, but I'm sure someone will build a deck and prove me wrong.
Yeah, so
well, he's Shapeshifter. That's pretty powerful, right?
no.
Okay, just joking.
Yeah. I mean, to me, so I guess number one, it's the color identity of this card. I love the fact that he's in Sultai. And then my big thing I was telling Richie is that for me, the 7 power and the fact that you get to maintain the 7 power through his ability is nutty.
Right.
Because 3 hits with him on an opponent lets you play Voltron and just kill them. And the fact that you get to be like, and he becomes it and he maintains that creature that has a counter on it. So just being able to say that he is a Shieldred when your opponent reanimates a Shieldred.
Yeah, so let me read this to everybody that's listening.
Oh, please, I'm sorry.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. Okay, that's pretty cool. That helps. And then pay 1. You don't have to tap them, just pay 1. Until your next turn, Volrath Shape Stealer becomes a copy of target creature with a counter on it, except it's 7/5 and has this ability.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of nutty.
Yeah, so you can just basically, well, I guess I was kind of semi-right. Like, him being a shapeshifter and being able to turn into different
Yes,
things.
yeah, I guess
is
the
very
shapeshifter creature
Creature
type doesn't
type.
mean anything. But,
Sure, yeah.
But the fact that he gets to copy the commander is literally dinosaurs being ridden by humans with lasers on them.
Yeah,
Like
laser beams.
it is just.
I really love that meme.
It is.
That meme's pretty
But
great.
it's so true because I have died to Blightsteel Colossus on 2 before.
Yeah,
And
probably
it's
from me.
that or Tim.
Yeah.
Tim. Mr.
Mr.
Volrath.
Volrath himself.
Yeah. So, shout out to Tim Broughton there. So.
Yeah. So are there any other commanders, or you just want to rifle through?
I'm
and
just
check
gonna rifle through.
this guy. We got to talk about this.
Yeah,
guy.
Son of Yawgmoth.
What is it? Kurik?
This guy's absurd. He's
Kirk.
actually fucking broken.
So is it Kirk or is it Kurik?
Kurik? I don't know, dude.
It's
whatever
it's
you
like
want.
in the South, you'd go down to your crick.
Crick.
Yeah.
Okay, so Crick, Son of Yawgmoth, is 4, and then, get this, Black Phyrexian, Black Phyrexian, Black Phyrexian. So if you're not familiar with Phyrexian mana, that is you can pay it 1 black mana or 2 life. So he is, in effect, a 4-drop.
Crazy when you have 40 life, how much
Oh
you
my
pay
god,
too,
it's
right?
nuts. And then this guy is a legendary creature, horror.
Well, he's not a whore.
He's I don't know. He's gonna be treated like one.
You're right.
And he's a 2/2 lifelink, and then this is where it gets nutty. For each black in a cost, you may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana.
So notably, it's not just casting cards; it's also using abilities.
Correct. And so in a mono black deck in Commander, this thing is insane. He has one more line of text. Whenever you would cast a black spell, put a 1/1 counter on Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. Crick.
So, all right. So here's my thing. So you can cast this motherfucker, right? So you can just be like, okay, turn 1, play a Soul Ring,
Okay, I mean,
and pitch a. What else can we pick? Oh, let's say
Max
turn
Diamond?
1. No. Let's do this. Turn 1, Soul Ring, play a Mana Crypt,
yeah.
activate, play Crick, pay 6 life, and then you can go, I'll pay 6 more life, and then I'll put
Shieldred?
no. I'll put Necropotence into play.
Yeah, sure.
Draw 30 cards, or no, 6. We paid 12. We can't draw 30 cards. We can draw 20.
Sure.
Let's draw 20.
What does it matter?
Don't be greedy
No,
here. This is a hypothetical game we're playing right now.
Hey, I have
What's
Necro
crazy
down
is,
to 1 and died. So
Your dark writs are free.
Yes.
Your
yeah.
your
You
cabal rituals cost 1 black.
I just don't know.
Your Bolas' Citadel costs you 3 mana.
This card is
Yeah.
so. I think from now on, when people are making mono black decks, when they're like, okay, we're gonna make Skittles. What's
Mono black gets the best commander.
Skithorix.
It does. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Skithorix, or even like right below him, you've got Geth.
Geth
Lord of
is
the Vault.
really
He's pretty
good.
solid too. So
Yeah.
when you have there's not going to be much to choose from anymore after they print.
Crick.
Crick.
Your
Yeah.
Blessed
I
Mirror
mean,
comes out.
he's just insane. You can. I think every deck that I have that runs black is gonna have him in it.
Absolutely.
It
It's
just
all-
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
gotta
included.
be. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got to be in there.
So
Even if you're not playing, even if you're not using him as your commander. So, so that's it for commanders, right? That you think really are.
yeah,
are
I
in
think
there?
Jared is really let down, but that's just because I've been thinking about Jared as the captain of the ship and everything.
Well, he's
for
a really
years,
unique effect.
but he's just a bad card.
Yeah,
And not really. Like, there's a lot of shenanigans you can do with that.
he's in jail
Sure.
now too because he used to be on Subway, the Subway commercials.
Oh,
Jared.
Jared?
Yeah, he's gone
Okay.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's Gerard.
Gerard.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were
Gerard.
talking about Jared from Subway. I was gonna say
Eat
yeah,
Fresh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Gerard, Weatherlight hero. This guy's kind of a turd. You don't really want to deal with him.
I think he's better than you guys think.
Really? Okay.
I mean,
let me
yeah,
read- hold on, let me read
and I
him.
will preface this by I am wrong a lot.
Okay, let me read
So-
him out loud. So he's a Boros commander, and it was like what Richie was talking about. He's Boros and then 2. He's a 3/3 first strike. He's obviously a human soldier, because what else could he be if he's
Yeah, no.
Boros?
He was literally like.
What's he going to be, a minion or something?
Well, no, he was
right?
he was a super soldier.
Oh, okay.
Urza made him to be a super soldier.
He's Captain America.
Yeah, literally. He
Okay.
came out of a vat.
A vat of what?
Seaman?
I'm assuming maybe Urza's. I don't know. But yeah, it was him and Volrath. They were brothers.
Really? Cool.
Well, not blood brothers, but yeah.
Okay, so then when Gerard Weatherlight Hero dies, exile it and return it to the battlefield. What?
And
Exile-
return to the battlefield.
and return to the battlefield all artifact and creature cards in your graveyard, that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, from the battlefield this turn.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, it's still good. It's a second sunrise, right?
This card goes infinite so easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
you
just gotta have like a sack outlet, right?
You have 2 mana. Yeah. Like if you have 2 mana rocks
Ooh.
that make
KCI.
4. Yeah. KCI, a
Well-
chromatic star, chromatic sphere.
Well, KCI is
And-
actually the bad one in Commander.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
got
I mean,
other
I
stuff
guess
going
because you're dealing with artifacts and enchantments, so no, you're right. KCI, no artifacts and creatures. So yeah, I mean, you got Ashnod's Altar and Phyrexian Altar. So
but you get
I'm sorry.
up to
Continue.
4 mana.
Continue.
And if you have, there's plenty of cards in white. There's a creature I think that does it. It lets you pull something out from exile. So you pull them out from exile, put
You
them
got-
back in your
on.
hand.
You got Pull from Eternity. I've been picking that card lately.
I know that there's a green creature. I think there might be a white creature. If not, maybe you just like play him in like a green deck. But yeah, I think like an actual like egg style
Yeah.
EDH deck is
Yeah,
viable.
so he
with
could be
it.
an egg deck.
You know what? I usually preface this whenever I call a card bad. I'm gonna die to this card.
Yep. Right.
I'm gonna die to it, and it's gonna prove me wrong.
I think he's
So-
the sweetest Boros commander we've seen in a while.
Oh God, yes,
Absolutely.
I 100% agree. The only other thing I wanted to go through the Commander stuff was that I wanted to mention the reprints.
We got Squee again.
Yeah. So.
Oh, squeak.
Some pretty cool reprints. They reprinted Geth, Lord of the Vault, which is pretty good.
Yeah, he was like $20.
Was he
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
he got
was
up
getting
there. They reprinted Sun Titties.
Clever
for
impersonator
for
was
those Sun
pretty
Titan.
expensive.
Okay, I got a fact for you.
Hmm.
Clever impersonator.
Mm-hmm.
He was the most expensive card in Kanza Tarkir, besides the fetch lands. I just looked this up.
I believe it.
Wow, man. You could have done our fun fact for today.
Yeah, that card's not anymore.
Two
No.
fun facts for you now.
And any guess on the price there?
Probably like
He
$3
was like,
now.
No, he's like 12 or 13.
6.
Right?
He
He
was-
didn't. I thought he got up pretty high.
He may have been, when I checked it a few weeks ago,
Oh,
he was
okay.
at 6, because he was like all the fetch lands, and then he's like $6. Like Soren's like 4.
Jeez,
Sea
that's
Dranos are 50 cents.
Yeah, bad
pretty
card.
crazy.
Hmm.
So you
I
got
never call Sea Drano bad.
so you got Relzeric, which is a pretty cool reprint.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm down for that. And then
Hey,
you've also got
Question:
What?
Is that card gonna see Legacy play?
this
I
card.
don't think
Is it
so.
bad? Just a bad card?
So
Yeah,
it's called
I think it's cute.
Savini's Reclamation. 1 white and 2 colorless. Return target permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell was cast from your graveyard, you may copy this spell, and you may choose new targets for this copy.
Okay.
Flashback 5. No,
Bad? Okay, I'll shut up.
Bad.
I don't know anything about
that's
Legacy.
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
We also have a Grimoire of the Dead. That's a pretty solid
That
reprint.
Ixodron artwork is dope.
It's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Ixodron looks a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
the first Ixodron didn't look as good, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you really hardcore Garruk lovers out there, which I'd have to say Garruk Primal Hunter is probably
Ooh.
the best Garruk ever printed, next to Baby Garruk, which is the 4-drop one.
Baby Groot.
Baby Garruk. But
In
he's-
Commander, I
in
think
Commander, he's
he
the
is-
best.
I think the
Insane.
7 mana one's probably better than this guy in my opinion.
the green-black one?
Yeah.
Well, see, and I guess this is the whole thing to me, is that if you're in green, you know what? If you have a deck with green in it in Commander, and you go, I'm gonna pay five mana and draw 6 cards,
Hmm.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. And then this was the other one that Steve wanted to talk about a little bit. He's called Archfiend of Spite. It's a 7-drop 6/6 demon, which usually demons are pretty solid, right?
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy he says it.
Incredible.
Yeah, whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to this guy, that source's controller loses that much life unless they sacrifice that many permanents. It also has Madness of 5, so
It's like
gives you the option
Phyrexian Obliterator.
Phyrexian Obliterator.
kind
with
of.
the option.
It's more like that black card we were talking about, Torment of Hailfire.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not a creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they have to, and it's a 6/6 flyer, so they have to deal with it.
Yep.
At some point.
Beacon of Unrest is
Oh,
always a
this
cool
card
one.
I think you're gonna love.
Okay,
So it has one of my favorite mechanics on it, split second. Go
God,
ahead,
that
Josh.
mechanic- so good.
Sudden substitution, 2 blue and 2 colorless. It's an instant split second, which is not fair. Split second should never be printed. I play split second cards and I hate them. It says exchange control of target non-creature spell and target creature. Ooh, good God. Then the spell's controller may choose new targets for it.
So I give you an Ornithopter and I take your Expropriate.
Correct. But exchange control of target
And-
non-creature spell and target creature. It doesn't have to be yours.
But then the spell goes to that player.
Correct.
But I want the spell.
I understand that, but there's spells that do that. But the fact that you get to, I don't know. There's just in Commander you get to play wacky shit. So
Sure, yeah.
you get to give the guy who's been getting picked on the whole game a spell like or someone who's about to die. You get to give them what's the X spell that drains everyone. You gain that much life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Debt to the depthless.
Sure, something like that. you
See,
know.
I'm that asshole. I don't like to help other people when I play Commander.
I agree with that. I like to kill. I kill and I like to kill and kill. But it just gives you flexibility, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they reprinted Jace's Sanctum. That card actually was a couple bucks for no reason.
Bane of the Living is a pretty good reprint.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's a really cool card. Have you seen that thing? I think that is a very unique card.
Gift of Doom.
Oh, yeah, that one's
it's got
really
some pretty
cool.
good artwork too.
It does.
So, it is a 4 colorless and black. It's an aura enchantment. Enchant creature. This enchanted creature has Death Touch and indestructible. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's usually don't get that in black.
You don't.
You have to use artifacts
They've
for
been
that.
color shifting black into indestructible lately.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you have to use effects like dark. What's the artifact that gives your creature indestructible?
The equipment.
Yeah, the
Dark
equipment.
Dark
Steel
Steel
Plate.
Plate.
Dark Steel Plate. Yeah, you have to use effects like that. And then it says morph, sacrifice another creature. As Gift of Doom is turned face up, you may attach it to a creature. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an aura, and again, it just lets you be tricky.
Yeah.
That I really enjoy morph in that sense because you never know. You just get to kind of get them.
Yeah, I like that.
That is a card you're gonna love too.
Backdraft Hellkite?
I know it's a shitty dragon.
Are you talking about because he has Backdraft?
I have back hair.
He does have back hair. It's really gross.
Backdraft Hellkite, so it's a 2 red and 3 colorless. It's a flying dragon. Of course, it's got flying because it's a Dargon.
I wonder if there's any
Um,
dragons that don't have
There
flying.
is Pit Dragon.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a real piece
From
of crap.
the-
Rook Egg,
Draco,
Ascension.
I think, doesn't have flying.
I
Rook
don't
Egg.
know.
Rook Egg is gonna be a dragon.
But
Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck is
it's
Rook
an old
Egg?
card. Anyways,
Okay, got it. Keep
whenever
reading.
Backdraft Hellkite attacks, each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback. Oh, okay. Holy shit.
It's Snapcaster for
the
every
flashback-
card.
It's
Cost-
Past and Flames.
Past of Flames,
So,
yes.
yeah, the flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. That's really that's almost as good as what's the one that steals all your artifacts when you get hit by it?
Oh, that what? Oh yeah, the
dragon.
Tyrant. I think it's a Tyrant.
Anyways.
Hellkite Tyrant.
I think so. But anyways,
Yeah.
whenever you attack
I should
somebody,
know. Kalia was one of my favorite.
yeah,
Oh,
that
God,
steals,
great
steals
deck,
all your
great deck.
artifacts. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a really good card.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Oh, there's
for
a
it.
dinosaur.
There's a new dinosaur for you.
Oh, here we go. All right, I'll read it. Apex Allosaur. Oh no, Altasaur. It's 7 and 2 green. Holy shit, you
Doesn't
guys.
matter.
Doesn't matter
Okay.
with Gisha.
It doesn't matter. When Apex Altasaur enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. It's a 10/10. Whenever Apex Altasaur is dealt damage, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. And that's if you trigger
dumb.
Enrage.
Correct.
What's Enrage again?
Whenever it's
Whenever
dealt
it
damage,
dealt damage.
Oh,
it triggers.
Oh, nice. So you just basically it's a board wipe.
Correct.
It's Fight Club,
Yeah, you just
Nice.
get to fight.
It's Fight Club
Everything.
Dinosaur. I like that. That's pretty cool.
but we don't talk about Fight Club.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that word.
I really like they're putting Chaos Warp in a lot of
Oh,
these decks.
thank God.
Yeah.
And that
Chaos
card
Warp.
was kind of getting up there in price, if I remember
was.
right.
It
Well,
was,
it was in the $3 to $4
Yeah.
range. I needed some for the sideboard of
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. Yeah. But
I just really like that card. I
It's a
think
great card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's always included in a red commander deck.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Increasing Vengeance got reprinted. That's a pretty good one. Rampaging Baloth, Magus of the Wheel.
Seedborn Muse.
Seaborn Muse got another reprint, so this card's going to be worth $1 soon. So that's
I
another.
don't know about that.
I know. It's another impactful
It's gonna be like
one.
5 to 7.
Well, they were. I think they were like around $6. Yeah, around $6. But yeah, so that's another reprint. So that's good. That card needs to see a lot of reprints because that card is very fucking
Tempt
powerful.
with Discovery is always a
Yeah.
fun one in
Yeah,
Commander.
Tempt with Discovery.
Yeah,
got
you
a
never take the
reprint.
land. You never take it.
I almost always never take it.
You just don't take it.
Oh, Shamanic Revelation with the Buy a Box artwork.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Theolinite Hermit. That card was kind of getting.
Oh,
up there in
there.
price.
Read that thing.
Empowered Auto Generator.
Oh, that card's dumb.
All right, so it's a artifact and it's a 4 CMC.
Thank God they banned Paradox Engine.
Boy.
So Empowered Auto Generator enters the battlefield tapped. So okay, good. Tap this. Put a charge counter on Empowered Auto Generator. That's such a tough one to say. Add X mana of any one
Isn't
color.
there like
where
some
X is the
clockwork thing
number.
where you can untap your artifacts?
Yeah, unwinding clock.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to abuse this
Can
card.
I finish reading?
No,
it?
Please,
fuck
go
People don't
ahead.
even know what it is. So add X mana of any one color where X is the number of charge counters on this thing.
So this card is an auto include in so many decks. Atraxa decks. This card is like insane.
Yeah, because you could just keep putting counters on it.
It ramps anything with
So hard,
proliferate.
motherfuckers gotta find me.
Oh man, it's just insane. I think pre-ordering that
Best
thing,
creature ever printed.
the
Thragtusk.
Thraggy Tusk.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Thrag boy.
Yep, Thragtusk.
Now I want to talk
Bears,
about this card.
Please do. That card is cool.
My friend Sebastian is so upset about this card.
Okay.
Because,
Go ahead and read
uh,
it there.
Yeah.
Let him know.
So Aeon Engine, it's a 5-mana artifact. It enters the battlefield tapped. Then you can tap it and exile it to reverse the game's turn order. So essentially, say we were playing a Commander game right now. Steve would go, Josh would go, I would go, Steve would go. I would activate this, I would go again, Josh would go, then Steve would go.
It says you get an extra turn in an odd way.
But it also really fucks Josh over,
Yes, it does.
which is what makes it fun.
Yes.
Because in a
absolutely.
4-player game, there's someone that's going to lose like 3 turns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
And my friend Sebastian, we like to play the plane chase sometimes with commanders.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
Plain
some
cheese.
people might.
And
not even
Seabass
get
would
it.
always, like right before Seabass's turn, we'd always flip the plane that says change the turn order, and he'd get so pissed. It was hilarious.
That's great. I love the new art on Solemn. It's good art.
Oh,
Yes,
that is
They
nice.
reprinted Solemn Simulacrum for the
Sad robot.
57th time.
We just talked about it, Ghostly Prison.
We did my old love and Beta Modern when Modern first came out. Ghostly Prison, that's got a reprint.
I really like Decimator Twin, even though the card's not good. This
Yeah.
is actually a really interesting one. The Purify from the Grave.
Purify the Grave. Why is it interesting?
It's just a 1-white exile effect with flashback.
It was an Innistrad.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Reprint.
yeah, reprint.
Oh,
Good card,
fuck me,
though.
I guess.
I Scroll of Fate, I think, is very
That
good.
card is nuts.
Scroll
so-
of Fate is it's a 3-drop artifact, and it has tap, manifest a card from your hand.
Ooh, that's cool.
Which is just draw a card with your commander.
Well, no. So, Richie, do you see the potential here?
Hit me.
Okay, so when you manifest a card, it gains morph for its converted mana cost. But say if you Flicker Wisp,
Oh yeah, and you can put
Ooh.
Omniscience into play with it.
anything. It doesn't matter.
It
If
could
you-
be a boat.
It could be a boat. If you turn a card face up,
You guys are blowing your
I'm
drums out.
sorry.
Sorry.
Where you can, if you exile it and return it to play, it comes back face up because cards cannot come from exile into play face down unless it unless it specifies that's what happens. So that card
Flicker Wisp, Eldrazi Displacers.
anything that card to me is literally like a better version. It takes a little more step, but a better version of show and tell. It's nuts. You can build a deck around that card.
So there's something I want to talk about when I run through these and look at these real quick. Is there's a lot of things that I find in bulk, right, that are worth $1, $2, $3. And this is something for those of you out there that maybe are into finance, or maybe you're not. Maybe you don't know these cards are worth that much, and maybe you pull them out and you'll be able to get dollar bills for them. But there's certain cards like Beast Within. Beast Within is like a $2 card, $1.50, $2 card. Reality Shift, that's also a $2 card. Elemental Bond, that's a $2 card. Tezzeret's Gambit, that's a $1 card. And so all these cards, what they're doing is they're starting to reprint these cards.
Yep.
So that's going to drive the price of these cards down a little bit further, probably into the 50-cent range, just depending on how much this gets printed. Now that's not always true, because you have things like Soul Ring, or things that have been printed infinite times.
Yes.
That just don't see effects of price, like Lightning Bolt. Those are perfect examples. But this is kind of an indicator that these cards that are snuck away, that people don't know that they're in their collection, that are worth some money, they're reprinting these things. So hopefully, I think there's a little bit, I guess, of a God, what would you even call it? Like, you have these $1 and $2 and $3 cards. They continue to reprint. So I think what they're doing is they're actually looking at some of these sneaker cards, I guess you would call them, and saying like, hey, people need a little bit more access to these cards, because Reality Shift is in a ton of Commander decks.
Yeah.
Elemental Bond is in a ton. Beast Within. These are all things that people need access to.
Absolutely.
And so it'll help to drive the price down a little bit, because you don't really want to spend, if you need like 3 or 4 copies of these things, you don't want to end up spending like, I don't know, $20 per deck to get a few copies of each.
Yeah. It's incredible.
So I think Wizards does keep an eye on the aftermarket a little bit. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say here, is that I think they do look at the aftermarket, even though people say they don't.
They're not legally allowed.
People,
Sure, but
people don't say. Everybody knows Wizards does.
Sure.
But Wizards can't say that they do.
Sure, but what I'm trying to say is that they keep an eye on the price of these cards, right? They could have a printout and be like, hey, these are the cards that are starting to creep. So obviously there's a correlation there to why people are
like
there's another
Burnished
one,
Heart.
Burnished Heart. Those are $1 or $2. Of course, you got Soul Ring.
Great Guardian, that's a few dollars.
Yeah, and so like you're able to see like Wizards is paying attention to these cards that stay in that $1 to $5
Hedron Archive.
range, and yeah, that's a $1 card. So there is a correlation there between like they're seeing like, oh hey, these cards are expensive. We need to reprint these because this is what people want. It's reflective of the market, and so that was just something. Oh hey, Soul Ring's in here twice.
So what Mythic
3 times.
Spoilers did is that this is the deck lists.
Oh, okay.
So if you
we're
go to
just
Mythic
going through.
Spoilers, you can go, and from the top down, it gives you every single card in the deck.
I gotcha. Okay.
So-
I really like Mythic Spoilers is what I normally use.
It's
Yeah.
incredible. I thank God for Mythic Spoilers.
Yeah, and they-
Cultivate.
Yeah,
Commander
Cultivate.
Sphere.
Yeah, Commander Sphere. These are all your $1 to $5 cards that, like I talked about, Farseek,
Ash
Baron.
Barons.
Yeah.
Ash Barons is a great
Hey,
reprint
they
for
reprinted
Pauper.
Steve.
They did.
With the good artwork at Gavin Kokenauer.
Okay.
Roger that. Yeah.
He prefers the original artwork. He's wrong. The promo art is 10 times better.
Cool. Also with these panoramas.
Yeah.
So the Naya, the Esper, all those
Those
things
we're
are
getting up there.
$1, $2.
Wow, I
you're
didn't
gonna
know
see.
that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's how we make a living here, Steve. We
I
take these out of the bulk and we process those. Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I'm, some people say to me like, hey man, when you see reprints like this, does that actually does that bother you or does that worry you? And again, I'll say the same thing like I did a few minutes ago, is that Soul Ring has been reprinted infinite fucking times. The card is still $4. It's probably never going to get lower than $4 because you need one for Commander players. They
Yeah.
have 20 decks, man, up to
Yes,
20 decks.
correct.
Even more, for some people that are like, listening and laughing like 20 decks, I've got 27 decks.
Yeah, I find it funny because like one of the number one cards when you go to ask people about Commander and what should be banned, and when you start talking to people, a lot of people say, I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of people say Soul Ring should get banned, and I don't agree, but that's because I'm a dirty little spike. So
Yes.
I think it should be banned, but it's fun to play with while it's not.
But I believe, like, because they put them in this commander deck, and now at the Magic Fest in Vegas, they have a commander league or something there. I don't want to lie to you. They have a commander event there that they're giving out promo soul rings. That I'm excited about. That
That's
if
very
you
cool.
get some foils, I would love to pick those up.
Don't talk to me like that.
Okay, well,
I'll try my best.
yeah, you better.
All right, you guys. So that's it for the Commander stuff, for the 2019 stuff.
Yeah.
Go check that stuff out. And also, I want to do a selfless, what is it? A pitch? Promotion. Selfless
Yeah.
promotion. And I'll show you guys for those of you listening on SoundCloud.
Chill, as some might call it.
Or watching live, or watching in future. We are doing a Teferi week, and that is going to be August 24th through the 31st. And we are going to be giving away a box set of each of the new commanders. And that's going to go all to one person, but we will be giving those away. And so the way that you can win that is, if you're on SoundCloud right now, go back to our Twitch and follow us on Twitch. We're Mom's Basement Mom's Basement Streams on Twitch. You get an entry into winning that. And then also, if you are subscribed to our channel, you'll get a second entry. And if you are part of our Patreon, which is Mom's Basement Games Patreon, you get a third entry. So it all ties in. I'm so glad that you showed up, because like all this ties in. It's really cool. That's our giveaway for the month.
I was working in the area,
Yeah.
so hey.
But yeah, we're gonna get into.
Were there some nice corners you were working on?
Yeah, he was working the corners of Brighton,
boy.
Michigan.
I was picking things up and putting them down.
So we'll get into finance here, and every week we do finance. Knucklebone Witch.
The old knucklebone.
There's been a lot of.
Josh, you're really good at giving knuckle bones, right?
I am. I'm a real witch at it. But Knucklebone Witch is up to $6.99 right now. It's up 463.71%.
Now, why is Knucklebone up so much?
This card is seeing play in
Goblins.
Goblins in Modern. Black Red Goblins is really heating up. Who took it to the Pro Tour, Richie? Your favorite?
There were two people, but the known one was Jim Davis.
Jim Davis did take this to the
Really?
Pro Tour.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the backlist.
Yeah, and Black Red Goblins is a real thing. And that's one of our biggest videos on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Russ, our guy on Sunday, he plays a lot of Modern, and I think he's got, like, I don't know, close to 1,000 views on this thing.
It's
Probably
like
700 or 800.
600 last I checked.
Okay. I'm trying to talk him up a little bit, but yeah. So do yourself a favor and pick up your Knucklebone Witch. I'm not sure if these things are going to go down. I have a feeling they're going to continue to move.
No, I think they're going to go down.
Printed
Really?
once, right?
It's only a one of in the decks.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so you might see it taper off a little bit and stay at like $4 or $5.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, hey, maybe Throne of Eldraine has goblins in it.
maybe.
I don't know.
Also, this week, your Talisman of Dominance is up
Which is really funny. That,
to $5.94.
we literally just found one of these today.
Yeah,
and Josh was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I was going through the bulk and I was like, why is Talisman of Dominance $5 or it was like $5 or $6, something like that. But yeah, this card has gone up, and the reason, Richie, tell them why.
It's because for some reason people think Mono Blue Tron's playable.
Yes, and
I've watched
Richie,
him on Upload
Richie, you are known in our what is it?
Community?
Well, in the community, not only the community, but what's your name in our group? Tron Guy.
Tron guy, right?
Tron
Tron
Guy.
Guy.
We just named it named Richie Tron Guy because he went 5-0 last week or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. With
Check out the video on YouTube.
with Mono Green Tron. Yeah,
deck.
so yeah,
Deck's
I mean
great.
that's Richie's deck. So, but yeah, so Richie, you think this price is going to stay there or no?
No, I
No, with the
there's
giggle?
been all of the so I got added to it by Nate Richie. You know Nate, right?
Yeah, of course.
He's a big Mono Blue Tron guy.
Okay.
But I just don't think the deck's very good.
Okay.
I know that there's an avid community. I somehow got added to the Mono Blue Tron Facebook page even.
Of course you did. You're Tron Guy. Why wouldn't they add you?
Tron Guy.
But yeah, like I understand it's like a pet deck for a lot of people, but I don't know how good or how much we'll see it stay popular.
So
Other than for the fact that people play what people like in Modern.
gotcha. So last week we talked about this guy too, Ixidor Reality Sculptor. Now this guy is going to be, he's going to be found in your bulk. He is from Onslaught. He's a wizard legend. He's 2 blue and 3 colorless. And it says face down creatures get +1/+1. Pay a blue and 2 colorless. Turn target face down creature face up.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about that last card.
Yep. So
It can't turn Omniscience up, can it?
Yeah, it's a face down card.
But it says face down creature.
Yeah,
it's a creature.
it's a morph.
Yeah, morph creature.
It is morph number whatever.
Yep.
So
Interesting.
And
yeah,
so,
it's gross.
This has gone up another 113% from last week. So this is, again, this card isn't very, it's not very accessible. So if you're looking to build Kadena Slinking Sorcerer, then you're going to want to pick this guy up immediately, because my guess is he's either going to stay there or he's going to go up. So you don't have a whole lot of room for that.
I
for
guess
movement.
this is my one little caveat there is what I said with the reprints that they could have done. They could have jammed that thing in there, right?
For sure.
It has one printing in Onslaught. I mean,
It's a very fringe thing.
it's just it's. I mean, I'm what was that? 2002.
I don't even. I haven't been playing Magic long enough to remember, to be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, yeah. This is before. It's not modern legal. How about that?
Yeah. So yeah, next is the cheap pickups, which Nahiri the Harbinger is a really interesting one. She was big in Modern for a while, but then
I lost
she
all
kind of-
sorts of Emrakul's for her.
she really fell off as the flavor. I think once Jace the Mind Sculptor got unbanned.
Yeah, I don't.
And,
Is that deck still playable?
And you just play normal control, I think.
But just the Boros prison. Like, could you just play that still?
Yeah, I mean you could. Like I played it at an open and I ended up beating it, but like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like people put it down, and maybe it wasn't like that good of a deck in the first place, but people still played it and still do. So
I got one little story here about that. I was playing at Pandemonium when that was a big tier deck, and the guy took a picture. I was playing Affinity against it, of course, and by turn 3, he had a Chalice on 1, a Stony Silence, and a Blood Moon.
And you won?
And I lost very horribly. And then the last turn before I scooped, he played a Chalice on 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Isn't Chalice on 0 worse against you?
Chalice
Only on the play.
Yeah, Chalice on 1
On the
is
draw,
real,
Chalice
real
is
good.
too slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll stop. I love Nahiri. I think it's a good card.
I mean, it's actually a pretty good commander card too.
Oh God, yes it is.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's more of a commander card. So, if you guys are needing Nahiri, you know, those aren't going to be going up anytime soon.
No.
And, you know, I don't think it's a mythic, so it can't really go below $3. So I wouldn't say hold fast and wait, but you know, pick her up.
Yeah, it's only 6. Come on.
Same thing with Mutavault. Mutavault's pretty cheap right now.
Jump on them things.
Yeah,
I think this
if
card's
you-
going to go up with Throne
Yeah.
Throne, which
Potentially.
one?
if we get any the new set.
Oh, okay.
Throne of Eldraine.
If we get any fairies
Is this
cards.
thing seeing
Yeah.
playing slivers? Or is their mana base too tight?
No, it does.
Does it?
Yeah. it does seem-
Josh is a sliver guy, so.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it intrigues me because my brother loves slivers so much.
Okay.
You know, it's very intriguing to
Well-
me, and I think the deck is good. But you know, Aaron says fairies suck. Haha. Yeah, Aaron is our local fairy guy.
He's
He
our
also-
local fairy.
He is our local fairy. That is very true. But I am the one with the fairy wings.
It's true, right?
Yeah.
But
You're
yeah, so
my daddy, is that it?
Voice of
Okay.
Resurgence also. It
This is
says
one of
record
my-
low, bottomed out, market price going up. Now,
It's like Josh, bottomed out.
yeah,
Bottomed
sometimes
out,
I'm just
yeah.
bottomed out. But yeah, I would say that this card has room. I'd say this card has room to go down. No,
Voice is great.
I mean
I
the
love
card's
this card.
great. But
Does
would
this-
you sleeve it up in your 75?
I've done it.
Does this card see any
on a
legacy play,
consistent
guys?
basis.
I played Vanafor Chord for like 3 months.
No, this
No?
doesn't see legacy play
At all? Nothing?
No,
Okay, I don't play legacy.
Fringe
so-
Nick Fit play, but I mean,
Okay.
what doesn't see Fringe Nick Fit play?
Yeah, that's basically.
Okay. So what does this card see playing in Modern?
I played him Vanafor Pod.
Okay.
Yeah,
D-
Vanifar
d-
Pod.
does it-
He's playing some of the Devoted Druid Evolution, or not Evolution, but the Devoted Druid Eldamri's Call.
5-color elemental deck. Astro Smasher says.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No,
Okay, cool.
that
The
makes
deck's
sense.
a meme.
Well, yeah, it's,
Well,
it's
hey,
a
whatever,
meme.
man.
But
I play
listen,
meme decks all the time.
Motherfuckers are out there memeing, and that's what they love, right?
Yeah. I have gotten killed at modern events by meme decks.
Yeah, me too. That's
I
always
lost-
the ones I lose to.
I lost a game at it was Eldrazi winner GP Detroit to blue-red Wizards.
Not everybody
Everyone
can...
should just live the Tron life. It's great.
Hey, not everybody can live the Tron life. We know that.
It's
Richard.
great. You just don't lose to half the shit. All
Alright.
these memes, you just play an Ugin and they die.
Except for me.
So now,
Yeah, but you're not playing a meme.
Steve,
Okay, well,
unfortunately, you're only 30 something. How old are you? 30 what?
30.
30? Yeah,
Yeah.
but you live your life like a 60-year-old.
Correct. Yes. Yes,
Now,
sir.
Steve, we always like to let people know like where you can find Steve.
Oh.
In Josh's basement.
Much like my grandmother, he just has a Facebook.
Correct,
So,
yes.
You can't, find him. You can't add him on Twitter.
No, I don't have a
So
Twitter.
if you guys want to find Mr. Steven Novak, maybe get some affinity guidance from him.
I mean, and to preface, I'm not great at Affinity, but I just love the deck.
Shut your mouth.
I do. I love the deck.
Shut your mouth.
It's great.
If you want to get some affinity help from him, you can find him on Facebook as Steven Novak. Also, if you would like to get some commander help, maybe if you guys
Yeah.
need some tips on what commander deck to build, or if you just, you like large men, over 6 feet, hit him up on Facebook Messenger, PM him.
Yeah, sure. I'm 6'2".
But for us,
Josh, he has a wife now. Come on.
you can find us on Twitter
She's wonderful. I love her.
at Mom's Basement MTG.
She's probably pretty nice.
And you can individually find Richie at Richard T MTG.
That's me.
Do yourself a favor, give him a follow. He's probably going to be doing another giveaway here, I'd say in the next month or maybe 2.
Ooh, what are you giving away?
I don't know yet. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay.
And then, of course, don't forget about our giveaway. Like I told you guys about earlier, we're giving away the Commander decks this month. So, and always follow us. Every month we do giveaways. So we appreciate you guys stopping by with us and listening as always. And we will be on Twitch next Monday at 5:30. So check us out then.
We'll be on Twitch sooner than that. I'll be on Thursday. You'll be on Friday.
There you go.
Richie will be
Well,
on Thursday at 6:30.
Is there a
I'll be on
theme this
Friday.
week?
We're not doing theme week until.
Is it once a month?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
once a
once a
month. We
month.
do 1
Okay.
week. We'll do Teferi week this month, but yeah, we'll
So
just
what are you guys playing?
Richie's gonna be playing.
I'm probably gonna play Bandscape Shift and Standard again.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's
yeah,
cool.
play
Yeah.
some arena.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, what about you?
I'm gonna be playing Modern Burn, or no, excuse me, Legacy Burn again.
Yes.
With the fairies.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I didn't actually get to talk about Legacy Burn earlier, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I can talk about it next week. But
Okay.
I did go 3-2 and then 4-1. I was pretty proud of that. I'm usually the 2-3 specialist. Actually, the past couple of weeks, I actually went 0-5, I believe, with Boreo's Vengeance.
Ooh.
And I've gone 0-5 with Burn, too.
Whoa.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Burn's in a really hot spot right now. No pun intended. But yeah, so come check us out, Richie and I, Thursday and Friday, and we will see you guys next week.
Next week.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Say bye, Steve.
Bye.
Adios.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
You almost hit the wrong button again.
I would